a mansion with too many rooms, and a son who doesn't live inside it. Fans say Robyn and Kody Brown built a castle for ghosts, but what if the truth hiding behind those walls is far more human and far more heartbreaking? They mocked her for living in an empty house with empty hearts, but now the whispers have changed because someone else has gone missing. This is the untold story of a mansion, a mother, and a son who quietly stepped away from fame. And in the next hour, you'll see how those choices collide in one of reality TV's most haunting modern family sagas. Later, we'll reveal why that RV outside the Browns' house might hold the key to the family's unraveling. Part 1. Within hours of the news, Reddit threads exploded. Fans accused Robyn and Kody of buying a mansion for ghosts. Empty house with empty hearts. Is she filling it with dolls because nobody's home? Who needs 7,000 square feet if your kids are gone? The comments ranged from mocking to deeply critical. Some believed it was proof of insecurity. Others saw a symbolic break from reality. This kind of intensity, especially from devoted fans, signals they feel betrayed. Beyond the vast rooms lies a detail that captured attention: Robyn's doll and figurine collection. Delicately displayed, hauntingly still. Critics said it fills the cold void better than her children ever could. Is it just a quirky hobby, or something more revealing? And what does it mean to live surrounded by objects instead of people? Rumors flew. Are their children moving back? Is the mansion a business gambit? Or is something more troubled going on behind closed doors? They've been struggling with whether to turn parts of it into rentals, or maybe even bring someone else in to share the space. But no one could guess the twist that would follow. We attempted to reach the Brown family. Many of their grown children declined. Others said they were too busy. Some, however, opened up, admitting that the mansion felt foreign, unanchored. I love them, but visiting that house feels hollow. It's like walking into someone else's dream. Even for family, the home seems to lack warmth. Experts say grandiose structures often reflect internal voids. Architectural psychologists call it empty nest compensation. The bigger your house, the more emotional distance you're trying to fill. Acquiring big possessions can mask loss, but the objects don't replace connection. And if that's true, this mansion becomes more than a luxury. It's a symptom. We began to uncover whispers, hidden agreements, property disputes, financial strain. It wasn't just pride or emotional need. Something was shifting. The stage was set for a reveal no one expected. By Act 6, we'll unmask a secret that reframes everything. Here's the twist. The mansion was never meant to be just their home. It was purchased as collateral. A shell company holds the deed. The Browns have planned to rent parts of it, possibly convert it to a boutique retreat, or even a spiritual retreat center. That means the massive scale was deliberate, not to fill emptiness, but to build future income streams. Insiders say the real plan was hidden until now. The 7,000 square feet house was never about children. It was about legacy revenue. It's a strategy. Leverage a high-value property for future returns. But when fans see it as vanity, it backfires. That twist transformed critics mocking into a reappraisal. Maybe it isn't heartbreak or loneliness, but ambition or risk. What happens when fans discover this side of the story? In Act 7, the fallout and the reckoning. When word of this strategy leaked, Reddit exploded again. So this was never even about family. This is cold, a business over love. They misled us. I supported them, but I feel naive now. This feels like a betrayal. The twist didn't silence criticism, it amplified it. News outlets picked up the story. Headlines shifted. Mansion isn't just a home, it's a business play. Some commentators accused the Browns of misleading their audience, of emotional theater. Talk shows debated whether such a house is a symbol of faith or hubris. For Robyn and Kody, the backlash is more than reputation. It's also personal. Public figures often struggle when fans feel deceived. Guilt, resentment, isolation can follow. In private, relationships strain. In public, supporters demand answers. Some longtime supporters left the fold. Others stayed, but voices changed. Show me authenticity, not veneer. The narrative had shifted. What began as a dream purchase became proof of disillusionment. In Act 7, a reckoning and a choice for Robyn and Kody, face fans or double down. Under pressure, the Browns issued statements. They claim they never promised anything about family intimacy. They say business strategy was always part of it. They attempted to reassure fans, this is not abandonment. In an unexpected twist of resilience, Robyn posted images inside the mansion, small gatherings, children visiting, intentional decor. It felt like a counter-narrative, not emptiness, but moments of connection. Public figures sometimes pivot by reclaiming the narrative. It may or may not stick. Now, the Browns face a choice. Will they double down on business plans or lean into vulnerability and rebuild trust? The fans they once held as loyalists now watch closely, waiting for the next move. In moments, we'll reveal one final emotional turning point. What does it mean to build a home without the people you love inside it? To invest in property while your relationships depreciate? This is more than a story about a mansion. It's about what happens when legacy outpaces love, and when ambition overshadows intimacy. Months later, the uproar hasn't faded. Some fans remain supportive, others left forever. But now new voices join: sociologists, faith critics, viewers wrestling with their own ideals. It makes me question what I expect from family. This is bigger than them. It's about how we latch onto public personas. This isn't just a cautionary tale about money or fame. It's about the emptiness we try to fill, whether with walls, objects, titles, or approval. And it asks, when you lose the people inside, can architecture heal you? One of Kody's older children quietly bought a small bungalow nearby, within visiting distance. They didn't want spectacle, they wanted closeness. It's a silent rebuttal to the mansion's roar. Sometimes the grandest gestures don't create connection, they overshadow it, and the true architects of legacy are human hearts. If this story resonated with you, if you've ever struggled with legacy, loss, or the pressure to show perfection, share your voice. Leave a comment below. What does home mean to you? Part 2. To understand the mystery, we return to where it all began. Dayton Brown. Born to Robyn before she joined Kody Brown's plural marriage, grew up in the spotlight of sister wives. A polite, camera-shy boy, often seen helping with siblings, quietly supportive of his mother. When Robyn married Kody, Dayton became part of television's most public polygamist family. But fame didn't come easily. He always looked uncomfortable on camera, like he didn't want to be there, but didn't want to disappoint his mom. As Kody's marriages fractured and the Brown family splintered, fans noticed Dayton fading into the background. By season 18, he was gone completely. But soon, fans would notice something strange parked right outside Robyn's home. When the latest season aired, Reddit erupted. "Where's Dayton? Why isn't he with Robyn? Did he move out?" Reports began circulating that Dayton hadn't truly left home, he'd simply moved outside it. Sources close to the family suggest Dayton now lives in an RV just outside Robyn and Kody's mansion, by choice. But why would a young man choose to live alone in an RV, steps from his family? Speculation exploded. Some claimed it was about independence. Others hinted at conflict with Kody. Robyn's been protective all his life. Maybe he just wanted space. But others suspected something deeper, a quiet fallout between Dayton and the cameras that once shaped his childhood. To say, Dayton, now a grown man in his 20s, has reportedly chosen privacy over fame. He's rarely photographed, rarely seen in public. No social media presence, no statements, just silence. When children grow up on reality TV, they often wrestle with identity. Some crave the attention, others reject it completely. Dayton's retreat seems to fall into the second category. His RV isn't just distance, it's a boundary. But this boundary hides an emotional twist, one even his most loyal fans didn't see coming. For Robyn, this distance is said to be heartbreaking. On screen, she's spoken of her children's struggles, adjusting to public scrutiny. Off-screen, friends say she respects Dayton's need for peace. Sometimes love means letting go quietly, even if the world is watching. Then came the twist no one expected. According to insider reports, the RV isn't a punishment or exile. It's Dayton's project. He bought it himself, he maintains it himself, and he uses it as a private base while studying and working locally. He's proud of it, he's not hiding, he's creating his own life. The RV symbolizes independence, a quiet rebellion against the world that once defined him. And yet, this act of self-freedom sparked another wave of online outrage. When fans learned Dayton still lived near Robyn, but off-camera, the debates grew intense. He's an adult. Good for him. No, it's weird. Why not move away entirely? She's keeping him close. Some saw devotion. Others saw control. But one thing united everyone: the curiosity around why he never appears, even in passing. It's rare to see a reality TV family member consciously disappear. That choice alone fascinates audiences trained to see everything. The absence becomes louder than any presence. Dayton's silence now defines him more than any confession could. What does that silence say about Robyn, and what she might be protecting? Robyn has spoken openly about wanting her children to live authentic, safe lives. Behind every episode, behind the headlines, lies a mother's fear. that fame might hurt more than it heals. And maybe that's the truth. Dayton didn't disappear. He stepped back, on purpose, on principle. For many, this story isn't about rebellion, it's about self-preservation, the quiet courage to choose peace over exposure. His RV stands not as exile, but as freedom, a small space in a world that once demanded he share everything. But for fans, it raises one haunting question. If Dayton could walk away, what does that mean for the rest of the Brown family? In the end, maybe Dayton's story isn't about disappearance, it's about healing. In a world obsessed with visibility, he chose invisibility. In a family built for television, he built a quiet life, just steps away, yet worlds apart. If you've ever felt the pressure to stay visible, to live up to someone else's version of you, Dayton's story is your reminder. You don't owe the world your peace. Tell us what you think. Was Dayton brave for stepping away, or did fame push him too far? Comment below. Hit like if you respect his privacy. Let's deep dive in full details. Part 3. For over a decade, Sister Wives gave millions of viewers a front row seat to polygamy, parenting, and the pursuit of unity. But while the world watched Kody Brown's marriages fracture, few noticed another story unfolding quietly behind the scenes inside Robyn's mansion. When Kody's other marriages crumbled, Robyn became his only remaining partner, and together they purchased a 7,000 square foot mansion in Flagstaff, Arizona. It was a symbol of victory, or so fans thought. But as the seasons passed, the house felt less like a home and more like a fortress. And then, fans began noticing something: not just empty rooms, but a missing face. Robyn's eldest son, Dayton, once appeared in early episodes kind, reserved, and soft-spoken. But in recent years, he's vanished from screens entirely. When the latest Sister Wives season aired, Reddit lit up with concern. Where's Dayton? He still lives with them, but off camera. There's an RV outside their house. Is he in there? It wasn't just curiosity, it was heartbreak. For many viewers, Dayton represented innocence, a child born before the cameras, growing up in their glow. Now, that light had gone dim. But why live just outside your home yet never step inside? Fans have long criticized the Browns for buying such a massive mansion, calling it excessive, lonely, even eerie. They live in a house meant for 20 people, but it feels like 2 souls and 1,000 echoes. The home became a symbol of what Kody and Robyn lost: their other wives, their older children, and the unity they once preached. And parked just outside that home, the small, unassuming RV that started the next wave of rumors. Because what that RV represents might redefine how fans see Robyn forever. According to family insiders, Dayton didn't leave because of conflict. He left because he needed freedom. The RV isn't exile, it's independence. Sources close to the family say Dayton, now in his mid-20s, purchased the RV himself. He maintains it, studies nearby, and lives quietly away from the cameras, but within reach of his mother. When children of reality TV stars reach adulthood, many develop what's called privacy reassertion. They reclaim their life narrative by choosing silence. For fans used to constant confessionals, this silence felt unnatural, but for Dayton, it was survival. Yet his quiet choice would trigger an unexpected backlash, one that would hit Robyn harder than ever. When news of Dayton's RV life broke, fans split down the middle. Good for him, he's protecting his peace. He's 20 feet away, what's he hiding from? Maybe Robyn can't let go. Robyn's critics saw the RV as proof she controls everything around her. Supporters saw a mother respecting boundaries. All I've ever wanted is for my kids to feel safe. That line, once comforting, now felt haunting, because fans couldn't tell if she meant safe from fame or safe from Kody. In a few minutes, we'll uncover the twist that connects the mansion to the RV and to Robyn's deepest fear. After months of speculation, a subtle truth began to emerge, one that changes how we see the Brown mansion and the RV altogether. Both were never about isolation. They were about control versus freedom. Kody and Robyn built a giant house to hold on to something: status, security, maybe each other. But Dayton built a smaller world, just enough for one person, one life, on his own terms. Two homes, two philosophies, one family divided by visibility itself. Reality TV made them symbols, but Dayton choosing quiet may be the most rebellious act in Brown family history. The 7,000 square foot house stands as a monument to what they lost, while the small RV hums quietly with what they found: independence. And that, perhaps, is the real story fans missed all along. So when you think of that mansion filled with echoes, remember, not all silence is sadness. Sometimes it's peace. Dayton didn't disappear. He redefined what family looks like in a world that never stops watching. And Robyn, for all the criticism, may have made the hardest choice any mother can make: to let her child be unseen. Mansion. Before the desert winds whispered through those empty halls, there was Las Vegas. The Browns once lived side by side in cul-de-sacs of suburban comfort, 4 wives, 1 husband, and 18 children. It was a patchwork of faith, family, and fragile peace. But by 2018, that peace cracked. Financial strain, emotional fractures, a dream dissolving in plain view. When the family left Las Vegas, Kody promised the move to Flagstaff would be a fresh start, a new foundation. But what if it became the foundation of their separation? Because what they built in Flagstaff, that 7,000 square foot mansion, wasn't just a home. It was a monument to everything they were about to lose. When the truth about Dayton's RV life spread online, fans didn't just react, they erupted. Fan 1? Good for him. He deserves peace after growing up on camera. Fan 2? Wait, he lives in an RV outside the house? That's heartbreaking. Fan 3? So Robyn gets a mansion and Dayton gets a trailer? Wow. Fan 4? Maybe that's the only way he can breathe. Across Reddit, Facebook, and YouTube, the reactions split like a fault line, half compassion, half confusion. One user wrote, "They built walls for safety and ended up trapped inside them." But what if the backlash says more about us than them? To understand what's happening inside the Brown family, we reached out to Dr. Marla Jennings, a psychologist specializing in media and family identity. Dr. Jennings: children raised in public narratives often struggle to know where the show ends and their life begins. For someone like Dayton, stepping away isn't rebellion, it's recovery. Dr. Jennings explains that Dayton's retreat into solitude is a natural identity reset. After years of being seen, he chose to be unseen, an act that's quietly powerful. And perhaps Robyn's silence on his absence isn't denial, but protection. As night falls over Flagstaff, the mansion lights fade, but one faint glow remains. The RV outside hums quietly, a beacon of independence under the Arizona sky. Maybe love isn't measured by how close we live, but how much space we allow each other to grow. Robyn's house may echo with emptiness, but her heart still beats for every child who finds their own way, even if that way leads just a few steps beyond her front door. Because sometimes distance isn't a fracture. It's faith that those we love will find peace, even if it's parked outside. What do you think? Was Robyn right to protect Dayton's privacy? Or did fame take something they'll never get back? Comment below. Like this video if you believe in choosing peace over pressure. And subscribe because next time, we're breaking down how the Browns' public image continues to evolve.